Hey, y'all, welcome back to Past the Six Podcast. I'm your host, JB. Joining me as always, Tsunamic Wave. What is going on, bro?
Yo, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. Can't complain. How's everything with you?
I can't complain, bro. I'm a little bit under the weather, but all is well, man. All is well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, and as always, appreciate all the love and support, man. Yo, if you're new to the show, it's usually split into four parts. We start out what games we're currently playing. Then from there, we're going to this week in gaming, where we look back on games I dropped throughout this week in history. Then we'll touch upon some topics. Then we'll end with the spin wheel, which got one gotta goes game versus all types of discussion questions and stuff that we get into. Well, today's just a hangout, man. Today, basically, we just gonna hit the spin wheel. We got some stuff to bring up. If you guys got any topics, make sure you throw them in the chat. We'll get to them. January is an interesting time of gaming, man. Some games drop, but we also see some trailers and stuff start to come out. We probably might be looking at a new Nintendo console this year. So it's gonna be a lot of news this year, but tonight we just hanging out, Wave. So it might be the best week to be sick if you're gonna pick a week to be sick, right?
Right, yeah.
So with that said, yo, let's still get into what games we're currently playing. Wait, have you had a chance to play any games and stuff? Or
Yeah. I've been I ain't gonna front. I've been the Power World game that everybody been kind of been talking about. Has been like taking the internet by storm in a way. Well, the gaming side of the internet
right,
by storm. So like I downloaded it for Xbox to see what it's about, and I like that game, man. I ain't gonna lie. I could see why a lot of Pokemon fans is upset because the aesthetics it kind of look a lot like Pokemon, what the characters do, but it is like a mesh of a bunch of games. You know what I
right,
mean? It's like Ark. If you played that game before, I play like a lot of these survival games. So if you're not familiar with it, you're probably gonna be a little lost. But if you are, you could stick with me. But Ark is like that. It's a little bit like Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, to be exact. Um, Pokemon, and then yeah, it's like all of those three games mixed together. So like it's pretty dope to me. I'm enjoying it. Uh and I feel like when they come out with the actual game, it'll be a lot more it'll have a lot more kind of hopefully story to it. You know what I mean? It's kind of more of a like you just exploring, and it's like a survival kind of game right now. Like you just get dropped into a world with creatures and stuff. You kind of like do dungeons and build bases and stuff like that. It don't really got too much nuance to it,
right.
but it's still fun. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So for me, this week, Wave, since the last show, I've only played one game actually, and that's Super Mario 64. Reason why is my youngest, she like I said last week, she beat Super Mario Wonder. So now she wants to go back and play Super Mario 64. Not even Super Mario
Oh
Bros. 3 or Super Mario World. She wants to jump into Super Mario 64. I had to tell her it's a whole different beast when you
yeah,
start getting into the 3D games. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
she's excited for it. So we've been going back and playing it from the beginning. So that's all I played this week. See the chat is saying, just said, hi everyone. What's going on?
Yo,
John said, what's good, Kings? You
yo,
changed it to
yo.
Kings. What's good? What's good, bro? Game of Live look said, look at these weirdos, man.
Yes,
He's back. He's back. What's good, bro?
in
What's
all our
good, man?
glory, man.
Right. Said, why wave out here looking like he sells bean pies on the subway?
Bean pies is good, man.
Said, wave out looking
Shout out to the bean pies, man.
incognito today. Like,
Yeah, facts. Trying to keep my head warm.
intentional incident said, so what's your opinion on asset flipping in game development? Said that was a joke, of course, because of Power.
I think Power Word is great. I'm not, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I think it's
Or
great. Like, you know what I mean? They kind of did a good job. Like, I'm not gonna say that this is what we wanted in a Pokemon game because that's a lie. I don't want to shoot Pokemon or make
right.
them work for me countless hours in a day. But you have that alternative now, so I think it's pretty dope.
John said been getting dubs with Wave on Apex. Said, but also been playing Last of Us remastered on PS5 and Dead Space remastered on Xbox. I forgot about the Dead Space remaster.
Oh
I
yeah,
literally
I
forgot
do.
about. Yeah,
Yeah. I started it though, but I didn't stop playing it for a minute.
Mo said I downloaded it but haven't played it yet. Okay.
Get with me
Jeff,
tomorrow, Mo, man. We could play.
Jeff said thoughts on the new WWE game trailer covers when Raw going to Netflix. So if you guys don't know, Monday Night Raw, which if you know anything about wrestling, you know what Monday Night Raw is, of course. That is moving to Netflix on January of next year, basically. So in a year, Netflix forked over $5 billion for the rights to Monday Night Raw.
Is cable TV dead, bro?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say dead because NFL, right? They still got Monday Night Football on. Actually, no, that's also on
They moving the
ABC as
streaming
well. Yeah,
services too, bro.
yeah, with the Peacock, the playoff game going to Peacock. I'm not gonna say it's dead. It's dead, but it's not dead. If that makes sense. Like it's on the way out. You know what I mean? Now, because I know a bunch of wrestling fans who they only kept cable to watch wrestling. You know what I mean? But it's on its way out for sure. And the game trailer, yeah. So what? Next time, I have the video of the trailer. I'm gonna show Wave. I know he's not big into wrestling games no more, but just show you how the trailer uses AI, which is kind of split folks in half, right?
Right.
Because it's like some are saying, "Oh, it's a cool little use of it." Some are saying it's weird. I'll play it in a second, but we'll get to that, man, because that's been like one of the main trailers that came out. Also, Hellblade has a release date, even though it's been leaked, looking like May 22nd, which is better for me because I thought it was gonna be like Christmas time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if it is gonna be out in May, I'm hype about that.
Hellblade 2 looked like it's gonna be
Hellblade 2,
pretty
of course.
dope. I peeped some of the trailer.
Yeah,
I think they dropped the trailer not too long ago. It was pretty dope.
John said excited for Tekken dropping on Friday. Yes, Tekken 8. Tekken 8 is finally gonna be out. Not that it got pushed back a lot, but still, I just felt like when we first heard about it, that was like what, May?
Yeah, it was a minute ago.
Yeah. So excited for that. I know Wave has some words about Tekken, but I told you, man, Tekken's beloved across the world, bro.
I know people love Tekken. I just feel like, I don't know. It's just to me, honestly, I don't know. It just seemed like a button masher that they didn't switch up too much. Like they just added characters. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. I won't talk bad about Tekken.
Judgmental is that, to be fair, I've been loving Power for the last few days. Everybody has. The world is taking the world by storm. Everybody's loving it except Nintendo.
The game is fun. The only thing I don't like is how they don't let the animals or the creatures or the pals, whatever you want to, actually rest. Like they let you know that they're resting. It's crazy. It's like they want them to work all day. It's low-key slavery.
I do think Pokemon need to earn their citizenship.
Earning the working visa on my base. I tell you that, man.
Shout out to LV. Was good. He said, I've been playing the Uncharted Lost Legacy and Evil West. Thoughts on Veil West. He said don't like it very, very much.
I heard good things about Evil West. I'm not even gonna lie. I haven't played it though, but I have a friend. He do sometimes stop by the show.
Yeah,
he might put some things in the chat about Evil West because he got good things to say about it. I haven't played it though.
Me neither, to be honest. I have not played it. Shakira Black Girl said it was good. It was good. It was good. He said WWE been dead since 2013. I don't know. They raking in money now, man. First they got like $2 billion from the Fox deal for SmackDown, and now they got $5 from Netflix for Raw. They seem alive and well.
Right,
and now possibly the Rockets might be coming back, which is going to bring back fans more our age. So you know what I mean, Wave. So
Rock might got a movie coming out. He only come back to the WWE when the movie.
Yeah, or when he in trouble or something ain't working out right?
Something is afoot.
Word. Right, Dizzle said, "What's up, bros? What's good?
Yo.
Good?" He said, "Ready for the Royal Rumble." I'm watching. You already know that, man. Like, you know what I mean? Whenever like the as they say, the core 4, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, and Survivor Series, when they come around, you know what I mean? I always gotta check it out, man. We as they say, we on the road to WrestleMania, which is in Philly this year, which is cold. You know what I mean? I don't know how they're gonna pull that off, but
Taylor Arena.
No, it's in the Eagles Stadium.
Oh, nah, they bugging.
Yeah, outdoors. Outdoors. Vic James said another Tekken. Here we go. Here we go. Most of Tekken is a bottom 5 fighting game. See,
I
here we go.
agree. I
Here we
agree.
go.
It's mid tier at best, man.
That's what I'm saying. He said, "Watch him." I'm telling y'all, keep throwing shots at Tekken. They're gonna run down on y'all, bro.
My opinion won't change, you know. Just
Jonathan Ortiz says, "Yes, was good. Was good."
Yo.
Give me a lot. Like said, nah, The Rock is on the board of directors for TKO now, which owns WWE. He is, but like I'm telling you, man, like I do kind of subscribe to Wave's theory, man. The Rock is like he'll stay away for years at a time, right? They'll just pop up like something was afoot.
I'm telling you, he gonna drop a movie. Don't be surprised if he in a movie. Probably with Kevin Hart.
Some say that might be how they got the Netflix deal.
Right.
Oh man, say rooting for Gunther. Shout out to Gunther, man. He's a dope wrestler. All right, Wave. Let's check out this WWE trailer, man, because this was probably the most recent trailer to drop. This dropped yesterday. Actually, let's check it out.
For a nightmare tonight.
I think this is how my story ends.
Oh, okay.
Roman Reigns.
That's the way the game looks.
It's the story of legacy.
Look at
Looks amazing.
I got the EST story.
And it might be. Ladies and women.
I'll rip the pages out of your story.
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object. My story started at the very beginning, brother.
My story's full of ass whooping. Austin doing what he does best.
Got Stone Cold coming back.
Story.
This story's not finished.
Who is that dude? Blonde hair. He with that gold dust. Watching gold dust.
Your initial thoughts on that, Wave, and to answer your question, he looks like Goldust. That's because that is Goldust's brother. You remember Dusty Rhodes, right? That's Cody's Rhodes, which is Dusty Rhodes' son, his youngest son, who is now seeming like the one of the top stars in wrestling. You know, it's always been a family business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Rock, his dad, his grandfather. Same with Cody. So, but yeah, man, what's your thoughts on that, man? We'll play the trailer back without the sound now, so we talk about it. And y'all in the chat, make sure y'all put your thoughts on it too, whether you like wrestling games or not. This will be out March 8th, which is again sooner than I thought. But Wave, like we said, we like when games this show trailer and they drop, you know, a few months after, not a few years after. You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts on it though?
I want to make the episode without mentioning the game that shall not be mentioned.
Okay. Cool.
Yo, it looks very good. I'm not gonna front.
Yeah.
Like I was having an old man moment, having a hard time until they started showing Stone Cold punch. Was that Bret Hart? I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But that's when I realized, all right, it's a game now. They switched it to the game now. I'm not really sure if this is part of like if it's like him or the game. You feel what I'm saying? Like they did a really good job making the game look really good. At least on this trailer,
right?
If I was a wrestling fan, I would definitely cop.
So obviously, like I said, I've been playing wrestling games since they originated. So obviously, I'm going to get it by regardless. I'm happy to see special guest referee return. Obviously, that was a big feature in No Mercy, and people love because you take control of the ref and you could be fair if you want, or you could just screw the match up. That's going to be a fun mode to play. They got a casket match returning, which obviously the Undertaker, that's his, you know what I mean, the match he made famous. The showcase mode, as you know, 2K always gotta have some special mode. It's 40 years of WrestleMania, which obviously will go back through all 39 of them. And once WrestleMania 40 actually happens, they're gonna put that arena in as well, which is kind of cool. But yeah, man, if you like wrestling games, check it out. If you don't, I'd say still check it out, but wait until you can find it on Game Pass or something, if it ever comes to Game Pass or something. But yeah, man, definitely cool. Let's see what the chat is saying. Shout out to WWE. I feel like I'm getting old and Cody Rhodes is the guy, you know what I mean? Like
right. I was just joking that he actually, the crazy thing is it's only 40 years in. I thought it'd be like way past that.
Right. Radizzle said, how do you guys feel about the AI stuff in the commercial? So it was funny because I noticed it right off the rip, right? I noticed it and I was like, it didn't bother me, but then I started seeing the discourse about it, and everyone, of course, AI is leaking into everything. Of course, it doesn't bother me like Hogan's faces. AI, obviously Stone Cold is. I mean, it's probably a little more noticeable on Stone Cold.
Yeah,
But
it was a lot more noticeable.
it's a trailer. It doesn't bother me. It's not like if they start doing that in the game and stuff, then that's a whole other convo. But that doesn't bother me. Fix James said, I don't know anybody anymore. You know the Undertaker. You know Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, they're gonna keep them so the people that enjoy wrestling
Right.
keep copying. I would
LV
definitely
too.
pay it was on Game Pass though.
Right. LV said not Taker. So
back.
real quick, these are the 3 covers. You got the standard edition. It's Take Two, y'all. It's 2K, right? They always got the three
Editions.
like the 3 tiers, yeah, that you could buy. Cody Rhodes here is on the original, the $70 one. Then you got the 2 probably biggest girls in the company right now, or 2 of Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley on the standard. Then you got the 40 years of WrestleMania edition. You know what I mean? Which is obviously you got Andre the Giant, Stone Cold, The Rock, Brock Lesnar, Cena, Bret Hart, Roman Reigns, all of them on there. It's kind of cool to see, man. Like I said, it's 2K at the end of the day, you know, some type of BS that comes with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
The DLC and the way they work it. Gamer Live looks said that was 2 booty cheeks together, aka ass. Mo said,
Yeah.
this guy is crazy. Mo said that's cool for wrestling fans. Hopefully, y'all enjoy it. Yeah, it should be cool, man. Joel Sunshine, if I butchered that, please correct me. So I'm getting that. I don't watch WWE anymore, but I did when I was at elementary, so I remember Hulk Hogan, Mick Foley, Bret Hart days growing up. Yo, they always lean into the nostalgia, man. 40 years of WrestleMania, the fact that Hogan, Andre, Bret, The Rock, Stone Cold, all of them going to be in the game. Of course, this is how they get people, you know what I mean? I remember when they had 2K14 last 10 years ago, and they did 30 years of WrestleMania. So many people bought the game, you know what I mean? Just for nostalgia alone to replay the matches they grew up watching. LV said, haven't bought a wrestling game since SmackDown vs. Raw had the green Carlito. That was SmackDown vs. Raw 08. I remember that. That was in the story mode. It was hilarious. Big James said,
the last wrestling game I copped. I'm not going front.
Big James said, I'd cop. Yeah, man. Let's see. Jess said, seeing Cody crying over and over is sending me right now. Mo said, it's a video game. It's pretty much all AI. It's a good point. It's a good point. Right. Dizzle said, you can only play Roman Reigns a limit number. Yo, there's this whole thing right now going on in wrestling. Roman Reigns has been champion for going on 4 years now, Wave. Like going on four years.
How many times has he wrestled?
He wrestles about 4 or 5 times a year. That's how it feels, at least. I don't know the exact number, but it feels like he wrestles like 4 or 5 times. The big events, basically. You know what I mean?
Right.
So people get
to keep his belt. That's
right.
Crazy.
So if AI makes the experience better, that's cool. It's only a problem when it kills the fun for me. That's a good point, because that is something I saw brought up. Somebody said if they could find a way to incorporate AI in the commentary, you know what I mean?
Right.
To get them to keep it fresh. Because, you know, sports games, all sports games, the commentary gets competitive. I mean, it gets repetitive. You know what I mean? So if they could find a way to make that fresh, then that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. Bobby Drake said, what up, fellas? Sorry I'm late. You good, bro? You good?
Thanks for stopping by, man. Right.
You see what I'm saying? Wait, we say with Roman, you can only use them 3 times per season. Yeah.
So you like a boxer, man. You only go
see what I mean, right?
Times a year.
Special attraction. All right, man. Yo, let's jump over to the spin wheel. And you guys got any trailers or anything you want to talk about, topics? Put them in the chat. But for right now, wait, let's get to the spin wheel. said he's worse than a boxer. That he Floyd made. He Floyd, right?
Nah, Terrence Crawford fought like once. Devonta fought like once.
Have you ever met any friends through playing video games? Actually, I did, and like they ended up switching to PlayStation, so I never ever talked to him again. Because like at the time I didn't have the PS3. But it was these dudes in Britain who like we played COD, you know what I mean? Like I always tell the stories playing Modern Warfare 2, just chapping, you know what I mean? Yapping.
Right.
And then basically what happened was they sent a friend request, like all of them. And then whenever I saw them online, we linked up. You know what I mean? And then they I think by the time Modern Warfare 3 rolled around, they already switched to PS3 or whatever, and it was just the end of that. But so yes and no, I guess technically. Majority of the folks I do game with I actually know outside of gaming, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I met a lot of people on the internet, man. You know, it started in like I want to say 2K, NBA 2K13, I believe it was.
okay.
You know, I got with my cousin and we met a few people online. It was more than a few. We was like 12, 15 deep. It was a lot of us.
Yeah.
We made a little clan. We started playing throughout the years of 2K. And we still kind of play today. I think it's about like 10 of us that still kind of communicate. I want to say weekly throughout the games, throughout Xbox and PlayStation. We still play various games together. RIP to my boy Bob Stone. One of my gaming friends passed away about a year or so ago, man.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, you know, it sucked. And I only met him. I did get to meet him one time though before he passed. So
right,
it was pretty cool, man. You know, I went out to his state. We met at one of my family's cribs. It was a good time.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I met some good people through gaming, man. That's why I love it.
Absolutely. I mean, and I'm just going on like the online aspects, like because obviously majority of my friends growing up, we all play video games. That's what we really bonded over. You know what I mean? So definitely feel that. Most definitely people I met playing Halo 3 back then is about half my friends list. That's what's up, man.
Right.
To like for the generation of consoles to go on, you know what I mean? You still got them. That's what's up. Right. Dizzle said, damn, those bros left you for place. They did, bro. They did. Like,
dirty.
They did, because I only know that because I had one of them on what'd you call it? Facebook at the time when Warfare 3 came out, 2011. And I was like, yo, like, y'all still be gaming? He's like, yeah, we still be gaming, but we over on PS3. This is before crossplay, you know what I mean? So nothing you could do with that. So I was like, but LV said, you guys see anything good about Suicide Squad? I have not heard much about it. You know what I mean? I definitely want to check it out though. I haven't. You know what I mean?
I've heard some bad things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard some complaints, man. I heard people complaining about. Well, only one complaint really. I'm not gonna act like it was a ton. The one complaint I heard was that they made Flash too fast. I'm not sure I agree with that complaint because he's the Flash. He's able to run so fast he can switch multi universes. Like, you feel me? Like, he's supposed to be faster than you really can handle. You just got to figure it out. But that's really the only complaint that I'm seeing. It's not like you can't see him fast. It's like you hit him and he just like he's zippy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you got to take advantage of your chances, I guess, and people just complaining about it.
I feel you. I have not heard anything about it. I definitely want to check it out. See, these superhero games, Wave. Every time I see them, I'm like, I already know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be some problems with it. You know what I mean? But then when I see it, I'm like, I want to play it. You know? Like everyone got me, every single one.
Same. I'm always disappointed. I don't remember the last time I played like a decent superhero game like the one they're about to put out, which is like what's the one with the Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't good. The Avengers wasn't good.
Right.
Those games are typically not good.
Just a true heartbreak is losing an online friend. That's a fact, because like that's all you got. You know what I mean? It's like that. Both said last online 5,675 days ago. Like Gamer Live said, a bunch of my real life friends are from game either online in person. Yeah, growing up as a kid, like
Right.
yeah, like if you wasn't on the 64, you know what I mean, the Dreamcast or something, like that's how you made friends. Like,
Right.
said sorry for your lost wave. Obviously, of course, rest in
Appreciate
peace
you,
to
bro.
him.
Right,
LV said, hopefully he's as good as the Guardians of the Galaxy game. So that was the best game I played in terms of like superhero game recently. I like Spider-Man 2 back in the day, you know what I mean, the Spider-Man games, but Guardians was probably the best game I've played. And still the single button combo thing that Spider-Man, you know what I mean,
right.
popular now. I'm still not a fan of that though.
Guardians wasn't that great to me, man. I'm not gonna sit here and lie.
Isaiah Juice was good, bro. He said, I
Juice.
met my mans in real life in the park on 2K. That's what's up. Like, that's what's up. Guardians was fire. What? Yeah, I mean, yo, Guardians was good. I'm not gonna say fire as in like it was perfect, because like when I first played, it was when it first dropped, and it had some bugs and stuff. But so I can't say it was like from the jump it was fire, but still. Zay said that's like me seeing y'all in 2K and never having your gamer tag. That's true. Like, because like back in the day, like the park, like the My Player in the park and stuff like that, it's not what it became. You know what I mean, Wave?
Right.
He came out like said, I heard 2K is where a lot of lovers meet.
It's wild crazy.
Radizzle says Spider-Man 2 was solid, just felt parts of the story were rushed and the game was too similar to the last two. Yeah, like
There's only so much you can do with Spider-Man, bro.
Right, it's good, but then it becomes like a Spider-Man game. It's a Spider-Man game. It's a Spider-Man game. You know what I mean? Still good, but it's like what after a while, what becomes new? You know what I mean? That's what most video game franchises fall to, you know?
Right.
You said stop trying to make games harder, Jay. One button master. Oh man. All right, wait, let's get to the next question, man. We got this one already, Wave.
Yeah.
Trying to clear these out. What do you think is the most underrated aspect of a game?
Underrated?
Underrated aspect of a game. That's a good question, actually. Underrated aspect of a game. I'm just at the soundtrack.
Yeah, that's honestly that's a good one. I was thinking like the setting, the scenery.
Like the setting, or like the setting as in where it's at, or like the background art.
Both.
Well, both. Okay, all right.
Both.
I got you. Zay says live got quiet. Yo, it's not an easy question. Wait, it's not an easy question, Zay. Bobby Drake says soundtrack and controls. Controls is a really good one. Game with Live looks said main menu music. That is true, because that's a good one too. Because like certain games, like I could just think of the main menu music right now. You know what I mean?
And pause music too if you want.
Right. I'm gonna go.
That is a tough question, bro.
It is. I'm gonna go probably like, I guess going with the whole, when we talked about AI, probably the like the writing, you know what I mean? Like the writing and dialogue and stuff, because I like it reminds me of what game was that? Well, I can't think of the original game I had in my mind, but MK1, like I love the way they wrote that in terms of what the characters are saying, the actual words and dialogue, like the way they had Johnny Cage in that game was like, it felt spot on, you know what I mean? Where sometimes you could make characters say something, especially with franchises that we all know, it could feel like not like, who wrote this, you know what I mean?
Right.
But probably I'd say like the scripting, or even in like sports games like Madden 2K, commentating. That's all scripted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm curious, like probably the scripting of it, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I think that was a good take. That was an excellent take. I absolutely agree.
Isaiah said 007 got the best pause music. That's a fact. Yo, that beat was ill, bro.
Once I said it, that joint played in my head.
Right. Jess said changing her answer, voice acting. That's a good one too. That brings me straight back to what was it Grand Theft Auto 5 with the 3 characters, you know what I mean?
Right.
Phenomenal voice acting. And I heard like recently that the character the guy who played Franklin, he kind of regrets it now because he feels like he's being typecasted.
Yeah.
And so, which is unfortunate because he did a hell of a job, you know what I mean? So the fact that he feels that way kind of sucks, but
he also
did a hell of a job.
That he might be getting a part in GTA 6 as Franklin again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said it, so I don't know how true it is, but he said it.
Okay. Wave said pause music in my mind immediately went to GoldenEye. Yep. LV said I think it's called Starfield. Anyone play that and would you recommend? I mean, yeah. Starfield on Game Pass. Because it's on Game Pass, I'd say yeah, check it out if you can. If you had to drop the 74, I'd say just know what you're getting into. Yeah. It's a very vast game, and for me personally, when the games are too vast, they get boring. You know what I mean?
Right.
After a while.
Same. I got bored.
That's my biggest problem with Starfield, to be honest. When you start playing it, it's fun as hell, and then you just get bored. That's how, well, at least that's how I'm with a lot of games nowadays, to be honest.
Yo, that's crazy because we didn't talk about Starfield. We like when we first started talking about it, we had a lot of praises for it for the first 2 months, and then we literally stopped mentioning. Both of us stopped mentioning playing it. Every week we talk about playing it for like a good 2 months, and then we just stopped. And it's for what is like what you said. It's just so much to do. It's just a lot, bro.
It is. Plus, I know it got pushed back, and it was originally supposed to be out in like June or something, but the dropping it in September is always tough because the holiday always brings new games. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough time because like without even going back and knowing, I'll say probably around October is when we fell off of it. You know what I mean? Going into that holiday window. At least that's when I fell off of it.
But you know what else though, Jay? Like we had such an anticipation for it, and it dropped. And what I think it is like the first 2 months, it was like that honeymoon joint. Like we got the girl we always wanted. You feel me? So like we was blinded, and then once the blinders came down, it was like, all right, this is not all it's cracked up to be. And I know we don't. I know I said I wasn't gonna mention it, but that's my real worry about the game that's dropping in 2025 and 25.
Yep.
We anticipating it so much. We expect it to be a certain way.
Right.
Even though we don't know what that is.
That's a good point.
And that's I just feel like we're gonna have the blinders up for a little bit, and then when we take it down, we're gonna be like, oh, this is just 5.
That's what's up. Game Live Look said also mid-game cutscenes when you're progressing to harder situations. Mid-game cutscenes are so good, Wave. Like, especially now with the cinematics that they could put into it. Like a lot of these games, like I said, I know people who literally they buy MK1 just to support NetherRealm because they never actually play it. You get what I'm saying? They'll buy the game to support it, then they'll just go on YouTube MK1 story, and they'll just watch it like a movie. You know what I mean? Because the cinematics is so good, the writing is good. So like, I definitely those cutscenes they could, especially when it comes to story modes, they make the game.
Right.
This who said I think now is inclusiveness. Accessibility features are coming up now for the disabled, colorblind stuff. Controls so everyone can play now. Then he continued to say, I watched a quad play Warzone with just his mouth and like a flute. Dude had better aim than my friends.
Oh, I'll be watching him. He a streamer.
Oh, word?
Dope. Yeah, he be on TV playing on TikTok.
You got his name?
I don't remember his name, but
okay,
I always see him.
We'll find it. We'll find it.
It's just
That's
weird.
what's up, though.
but cool that he's able to do every movement with just his mouth. I don't know how it worked, but
They said that's what everybody say about Starfield. Like,
Right.
That's a fact. Speaking of that, Mo said replayability. If I don't want to keep playing it or over and over again, you can keep it. That's a fact.
Especially because we gotta pay $70 at least.
Right. That's what's up. He said his name is Game Relive Live Look on Kick. Everybody go follow Game Relive Look on Kick, man. Show support to our guy, man. That's hilarious though. All right, let's get to the next one, Wave.
Yep.
We did this one, Wave.
Yeah.
The video game one. Clearing them out.
Don't look like it, but yeah.
I know, right? That's because I keep trying to add stuff. What features would you like to see less of in games? I'm saying it again.
DLCs.
I'm saying it again. Sorry to my boy LV, but that single button combat system, you know what I mean, that Insomniac loves to use, like
Makes the game easy for everyone to play.
yeah, man. Like if I'm on PlayStation, I don't want to just keep hitting square to do a full combo. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. Like Spider-Man is dope. The game is dope, but I'm done with it.
Jay, you be in the kitchen cooking eggs, just press the square.
Just press the square.
You gotta see what's going on. You just press the square, like
just pressing square, right? Like, and then the fact they're doing the Wolverine game, which I'm a big fan of the X-Men. So, like, the fact that they're doing that game, I'm like, again, that's the last thing I want to do. You know what I mean? Is just keep it square. So that's definitely mine.
Wolverine can't die either. You can do everything, just press a square. You ain't gotta worry about nothing.
They're gonna put out a special condition, a special edition controller with one button.
I was handing out the shower, just washing up, pressing square.
What you got, Wave?
Oh man, this ain't a feature, and I said this. I tried to sneak this in before you started talking, but is it? I guess it depends on how you look at it. But DLC's gotta go. You know,
like,
I don't.
Together?
Bro, just make one complete game. Honestly, I just think they abused it too much. Like when it first started, when it first became a thing, it was cool because like we would get a complete game, and then they'd be like, you know what? We decided to add this, and then it just became we're gonna drop a game where we take the same minions you just killed for 12 months and put a piece of snow on his shoulder and call it a DLC and put them in a different map and give you the same thing and charge you $30 for it. Right. Oh, we're gonna put some skins on this, charge you $30 for it. Like the joint is crazy.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It doesn't make sense.
Let me open up the chat. I'm sure something's gonna revolve around that. You know what I mean? Let me see.
Right.
Let's see. Mo said paywalls. Let us play to unlock stuff, not just buy it.
Right.
Wave, I kid you not. I fell off of 2K, right? And I remember we was doing a show and you was telling me how like people like they get the game and then they just quickly input their card info because they know on my player they gotta, you know what I mean? Right. They gotta buy certain things to get their levels up. And I was just like, damn, without even like it's like, yo, we get to stay competitive, you gotta spend the real money. So I
now on 2K, you could do that. And now you could buy the whole game pass now. And that's like $150. So you buy the game for $75. Let's say I get the standard edition. Buy the game for $75. Yep. If I want to go right into the park, everybody else gonna be $85s, and that's like $150. So you're gonna pay $150 just to get an 85, not a 99. 85. That means people like James Harden, who's no offense to James Harden because he could.
Oh yeah.
But like people that you should be better than at the $150, you ain't better than. They still cooking you up.
So all in all,
like,
what are a lot of these folks dropping on 2K per year? All in all, you add it all up,
right? So if you if you just make multiple builds, I'm just saying, like, you're gonna drop, and if you paying for the bill right off the back to get it to 85, you probably dropping $150 each build.
Plus the
So
game.
yeah, plus the game. So people normally, I would say most people make 2 bills, like on average. But then you got people, especially kids, that follow the YouTube trends, and they make bills throughout the whole year. You feel me? So they probably making like 8 to 9 bills. That's $150 each, at least $100 each time.
Are we talking over 1,000 then?
Yeah, people spending at least $1,000 a year on 2K.
Sheesh. I had no idea, yo. That's crazy. Yeah, Bob. Drake just said, I heard that 2K, you can spend a band before you know it, trying to build your play up.
And I ain't say anything about the clothing that you want to, if you want to wear clothes or if you want to have moves. I'm talking about just being an 85.
That's crazy. He said that's bogus. Facts. He said I used to do the game plus 150 for most. VC had to stop playing that.
Yeah, I had to stop playing 2K. That was getting in my pockets.
That's crazy.
I ain't getting no money from 2K. Ain't no returning that.
Game Live looks. what DLC Wave been playing? He mad at it like that DLC took his girl.
Nah, but it's just the facts though. I don't remember the last time I bought a DLC. It probably was Destiny 2. And that was a minute ago. Like when the second DLC dropped. I don't remember. I don't really invest in those, man.
Mostly, I don't mind DLC if it enhanced the game. If it was something that should have been implemented from the jump, then that's trash. Civ 6 is a perfect example. The DLC changed the game completely. Yeah, if it's an addition to it, you know what I mean? Like MK11 did the alternate storyline, you know what I mean? They Aftermath is called. They put that on. I'm cool with that, but like both of you said, when it comes to like this was supposed to drop with the original game, we had to delay it, so now it's paid DLC. That's kind of trash.
But they bad with it too, because they charge you for a season pass to get multiple players that you could just earn through fighting if they really wanted to let you do it. Or you should be able to earn like we used to. Remember, they used to have locked fighters, and you had to do certain things in the game to unlock the fighters. Now you got to pay $5.99 a fighter, or just pay the $30 for that group of fighters they're gonna drop in that season. Then another $30 the next season. So they do it too. They just do it in a different way, and it's not as expensive.
Right.
But if we keep letting them get away with it, sooner or later, it's gonna be $150 too.
Absolutely. Right. Dizzle and Zay both said microtransactions wave. I'm telling you right now, my daughter is heavily into mobile gaming, right?
Oh yeah.
Yo, microtransaction, I knew it was bad on these phones, Wave. Every single thing has a pack. It is not even one-time charges, $2.99 here. It's like subscriptions now. It's crazy, bro. Like I'm like, yo, why do you need that? And then she'll be like, oh yeah, because you need this because to level up to get this, because this is how it looks when you watch it on the video on YouTube. But when I try to do it here, it says that you need. I'm like, yo, this is wild, bro.
Yeah,
predatory, yo.
Do that to me too, man. With all these games, you gotta buy the hospital. The only thing you could do when you buy it is move stuff from left to right. It's like, you know, but you a kid, they love it. So like you want to buy it for them, but it's like, bro, they really getting these kids, man.
LV said, what buttons you want, man? he said it's not Tekken or Street Fighter. You don't need to come. Bro, I want to press more than one button. Like some triangle type of challenge, right? Least, like I'm not saying it's Mortal Kombat, but at least if you do the input, they do the move, that's gratification, you know what I mean? Instead of just square. Literally, like there's sometimes some fights in Spider-Man you could literally play with one hand on the controller. Like
what you only press like circle and triangle or square and triangle or something like that.
Yeah, like for the special move.
As a fight.
Right. All right, let's see what else we got. Vix James said original meta.
I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm confused. Like, explain that. He might have been talking to something else that we was talking to. Or Dizzle said the last DLC I bought was Modern Warfare 3.
Well, we considering that a DLC, then I bought that too.
Yeah, because
So that's the last DLC.
that definitely is a DLC. Like that's not a full game.
So then I do remember the last time I bought a DLC. It was that.
Gamer Live said one of the best DLCs I played was the Division 2 Warlords of New York. That was good. I do remember that. I actually went back to NYC. That definitely was good. Oh, he said NBA 2K is original meta. Okay, I get what you're saying now.
Okay.
All right. Oh, by the way, 2K is celebrating what is 25th anniversary this year. Wave, how you feel about that?
I almost want to just say I don't care. Like that's the point I'm at with 2K right now. Like, you feel me? Like I really don't care.
Right.
Honestly, I just hope they put out some better content and stop trying to charge people the way they doing. But I don't see them reverting. I just see them progressively getting worse, and I just can't stand on the sinking ship.
The only thing I want to see, Wave, to be honest, I really don't care either, to be completely honest. But like, the only thing I want to see is I want to see Iverson be on the cover for the 25th anniversary. That's all I want to see. I think it's only right.
You're right. I do.
AI on the cover. Even though I know what they're gonna do, they're gonna put somebody like Joel Embiid on the standard cover and put the Iverson edition. You know what I mean?
Be the legendary version for $150.
$50. Yeah,
that's exactly what they're gonna do. VC, the same amount of VC you're gonna get if you pay $70.
Exactly. Kind of games you like to play like now, Wave? Still, I know, as we both said, growing up, for me it was more shooting, wrestling, sports. Right, that was like that was the three. What about now for you?
Man, it's a mix. It really depends on how I feel. You know, depending on the day, how I feel. You know, mostly I'm playing like I still play some sports here and there, but not as much as I used to.
Yep, same.
You know, I play mostly shooters, man. Now I play mostly shooters. They're a little bit easier on the hands, you know. And I also play games like Power World, you know, where you RPG type games, you know. In games like think that I don't know what the style, I don't know what it's called, and I don't want to say it wrong, but it's like the games like Pokemon Unite, Smite,
I can't think of it.
What's the League of Legends? I can't remember. I don't know what style of game that's called, but that style too, you know what I mean? It really depends on my mood, man. I play almost anything. I almost played The Sims the other day.
Yep. MMO, they got it.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was called, but I didn't want to be wrong.
MMO, yep.
Yeah, I played those.
I completely agree, Wave. I used to be literally Madden, 2K, or Live, whatever was hot at the time, wrestling games, shooting games. You know what I mean? And now, like, I'm at the point now, if I feel it's hot or the game look good, I don't care what type of game it is, I play it. You know what I mean? I definitely opened up more to games, because like there's so many games I would have missed out on. You know what I mean? Like something like Gauntlet Legends or Gauntlet Dark Legacy back in the day. Like if it wasn't for somebody putting that game in front of me, you know what I mean, I would have just gone on by it. You know what I mean? Like, I remember me, you, and Mo was playing the Yu-Gi-Oh game when that dropped 2 years ago now, I think. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, like all types of games to play that I probably would have skipped out on.
I definitely wouldn't pick that back up because them dudes is beast, and I saw I saw somebody summon Exodia the other day. I'm like, God damn, I'll never get back on
in one turn, bro.
One
turn. Like, Zay said sim racing is lit. He said racing games. Yeah, Zay always loved the racing games. Shout out to Midnight Club. I remember we used to play that game till like crazy, like
forever.
Bobby Drake said, I play just about anything except turn-based RPGs and sports simulators.
Yeah, I don't do the turn-based games and strategy-based, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah. Most of it depends. Just got back on Halo Infinite because they dropped the firefight modes for multiplayer. They
I
did. I
downloaded
forgot about
Infinite
that.
again. I might have
Yeah.
to get on play that game.
Yeah, I uninstalled COD, which freed up 192 gigs. Like infinite space now. Speaking of infinite,
Word.
just said anything that looks interests me, I'll try any game once. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Like that. What was that bootleg fret game that she had? Wade, the bootleg Guitar Hero on the PC. She said.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Have you ever found a video game you found too difficult? Yes, Frets on Fire. That's the game. Frets on Fire. Yo, wait. Honestly, I'm not even saying this game was too difficult, as in like if I sat down and played it, I probably couldn't have beat it. But it was one of those games that was so like they made it ridiculously difficult that it was like this is not as fun. You know what I mean? The
Right.
level of fun don't match the difficulty, and that was Outriders. Like I remember when that game dropped, I started playing it. It was mad fun or whatever, and then I forgot the mission, like the level or whatever. But I got to a certain part because like I played that game solo. I wasn't co-op or nothing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you definitely got smoked.
Yeah, I played that game solo. I forgot what level. I got to a point and it was just ridiculously challenging. And I was just like, yo, like at this point, it's not worth it no more. You know what I mean? It's really not. And that's why I fell off the game, to be honest.
That's one of those games where the enemies actually relentlessly press you.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Not a lot of shooters where you shooting them and they still just running at you through the bullets. Like,
right.
That's one of those games. For me though, I would have to say all of the FromSoft games. Dark Souls 2, is it Sek, however you say that.
Wait.
I know I'm butchering that game.
Sekiro?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's FromSoft, but whoever, that whole style of game is just difficult. Elden Ring, even though I beat Elden Ring, that's the only one I put that out there because I actually beat one of them. But that whole genre is just difficult to me. You know
Super challenge, yeah. Game Battlefield. Game was not difficult. The game was buggy as hell. Hopefully, Battlefield 6, which we talked about last week, will be a lot better. Bobby J said, yes, Shinobi for PS2. Still never beat that game. I forgot about that.
Me too.
I forgot about that. I forgot they even came to the PS2. I literally forgot about that. Game Relive Look said it was difficult on the wall. Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It definitely was difficult on the wall. $150 for a horrible game. Most says, yep, here you go, Wave. Sekiro was super hard for no reason. It was doable, but it felt like a job more than a game.
Bruh,
that's a lot of those style games, you know what I mean? A lot of those style games are like that, Wave. Like
I actually paid full price for that game, and it's just sitting in the archives with dust. It's like I can't do nothing with it.
I get you want to make it challenging, but it's like, yo, at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. Like, I got stuff to do. Like,
need to be enjoyable too. Like, damn, I don't got to beat the first boss. Can't even beat the first boss.
We had this one already, Wave.
Yeah.
Let's clear that out. Did we have this one?
No.
How have video games evolved since they were? I mean, shit. Go back to Pong. You know what I mean? Go back to Pong. Like, they full circle, man. Like, they became literally, like we talked about it, the biggest medium. You know what I mean? Bigger than movies, bigger than, you know what I mean, music and industry. It's the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, like it literally took over the world, man. Like, people, like you said, people making friends on it. You know what I mean? Folks making money in the industry talking about it, playing video games. People said, think of like the concept of Twitch streamings. You know what I mean? It's crazy, Wave. Like, I
Right.
bought this game. I'm going to sit here and play this game. People are watching me play this game, and they're donating or whatever. And I'm getting sponsorships and brand deals and stuff like. Look at Tim the Tap Me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Or
my guy.
all those people, Nick Merckx, like the FaZe Clan, like people making all types of money off the industry who aren't actually physically making the games. Matter of fact, a lot of times they're making a lot more money than those who actually are making the games. You know what I mean? Like, so the industry is just crazy, man. Out of here.
Yeah, and the industry definitely have evolved, and the games too went from pixelated to 3D, real engine,
Right.
to not some people not even being able to tell the difference between television and video games.
Right.
Like the I mean, it ain't too much we can say. The proof is in the pudding.
That's a fact.
It evolved a whole 1,000-fold. Like,
most said to make it worse, I had it on PS4 Pro and the system couldn't keep up with the graphics. So it will randomly cut out during boss battles, making them much hell no.
boss battles, what's that?
No, like in Sekiro, like during the boss battles, it would cut out.
I know, I'm saying I never even made it to a boss.
I think yeah, see that PS4, man, PS4 Pro sound like a damn lawnmower when that fan kick on. Like just that in every way possible. Bobby Drake said too many ways to name. Yeah, man.
Right.
Insane. Just said, imagine telling someone in the 1970s you'd be able to play an interactive game online for money with people across the world. Yeah, that's just like a algorithm of like just concepts that at that time wasn't quite there yet.
They'll laugh at you. Pat they afro.
Talking about, man. So we at the point where it looks like we stuck a controller up people's asses. That's how good they look.
Yeah, facts.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. Let's get to the next one, will you? Have you ever played? We basically had that one already.
Yeah, that same answer from last time.
You were just given the opportunity to start a convention like E3. What do you include in your show? This is interesting, Wave, because E3 obviously is no longer even a thing anymore. Right. Start the opportunity to start a convention like E3. What do you include in your show? First off, they gotta find a way to make it more interactive for the fans. E3 was great at that. I feel like with Jeff Keighley and what he's taken over with Summer Games Fest and the Game Awards, it's become too commercialized, to Hollywood. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I gotta get back to the core concept of gaming. I understand these things cost money and these sponsors will pay for it, so you got to do certain things. But E3 has sponsors, you know what I mean? So that's the first thing. Second, Nintendo, Xbox, the heavy players, they got to get back involved. I know for them it's easier to do what do you call it? Nintendo Directs, the stay, the plays with PlayStation, the showcases for Xbox, but there got to be a way to get them back on board. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because that alone will bring out about half the fan base. You know what I'm saying? And then I find a way to incorporate content creators who making waves. You know what I mean? Like bring them incorporated, so that way you kind of get the best of the entire industry instead of just, oh, The Rock is here, Anthony Mackie's here. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. That's probably my answer. What's yours?
I would say if The Rock is going up there, it's probably to promote a new movie. Nah, but seriously though, yeah, kind of the same thing. First of all, make it a lot shorter. I don't think it need to be a 9-hour segment.
Right.
Some of these shows is ridiculous. I would keep it like 2 hours the most, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Just mostly showing the games, highlighting some of the people that's in the game and created the game. Like you said, using some content creators to help highlight those things.
Yep.
I feel like with that influence, that'll make people appreciate that side of the gaming industry a lot more. and then have some musical performances
Right.
sprinkled in between, and make that last about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and let people go about their day. And I
Yeah.
think that would be successful. I think that would do great.
Completely agree. Let's see. Completely agree. Mo said games, no ads and celebrities.
You
Just
don't
said
have ads, man.
no random celebrities or unrelated sponsorships. That's for sure.
All right.
Bobby Drake said the first thing I include is a petition to abolish microtransactions. Yeah, man, I feel that too, 100% Wave. To be honest, so it's getting crazy with it. Just said a big emphasis on the indie games. Yes, because I feel like the Game Awards and Summer Games Fest, they've started to basically completely push them out. You know what I mean? We got
Right.
people on games. We got people on stage talking about games that they're thinking about making, not even started. You know what I mean? Let alone indie games they can't even get time to shine.
Right.
And bring them back in person too. You know what I mean? That was the whole cool part about E3, like in person, not
Exactly.
just us sitting at home watching it. If we could be there.
I
Game of
watched
Life said,
seminar.
Game of Life said, Wade with the hate on the Rock. Someone can say, "Wow, the Rock has a nice outfit." Wade be like, he's wearing that from the new movie.
he might. It might have Kevin Hart on the back.
Right. Yo, that's hilarious. What do you say, Wade? 2 more? We'll get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
I like The Rock, man. He's one of my favorite wrestlers.
Word. Shout out to him, man. What makes a good game trailer? So, Wave, you see a lot of people talk about movie trailers, right? And how they give away too much and how basically the art of making a good trailer has died a long time ago. Do you feel that same way about gaming trailers? Like what makes a good game trailer?
Nah, I don't know not one game trailer. Well, actually, sorry, my bad, y'all. I ain't gonna say not one game trailer. There's probably a few game trailers that showed a little bit too much, but not a lot of them do that. You know what I'm saying? I think they do a good job just using the CGI to give us some type of action that's gonna be sort of what the game is like. And then give us a bit, because like, you know, we spending our hard-earned money. Like, you feel me? Some of us make $15 an hour. That's like 5 hours of our time, and my math is probably wrong, but okay. But we spend like 5 hours of our time, maybe 6 hours of our time on these video games. So we do need to see what we invested in. You know what I mean? So give us a little bit. It don't gotta be too much. We can give us a couple of seconds of a mission and not a boss fight. We don't need to see boss fights, but you could give us a mini boss fight, somebody that's kind of strong, just to give us a look at what some of the stuff we capable of doing can in the game. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be pretty dope with some good music and some good cutscene.
Do you feel like there's too much CGI in game trailers today versus actual gameplay?
Yeah, I could say it's not that. I mean, but do you really want a balance of that? Do you really want to see? I would like to see some gameplay. I don't want most of my trailer to be gameplay. You know what I'm saying? I do want to see gameplay though. That for me, you know, specifically, I would like to see some type of gameplay, but I don't need the whole trailer to be gameplay. Like, it could be a balance. It could be an even balance of gameplay, CGI. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like that's kind of where I'm going for the answer. Like, only because like there's sometimes like I remember certain games that had trailers that like they do stuff in the actual like I'm going back to wrestling for a second, right? Wait, I remember the trailer for SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, right? It had Brock Lesnar on the cover. That's when he became like the big wrestler, you know what I mean? And I remember they had Jeff Hardy in the trailer who like flipped off a ladder. Brock Lesnar caught him, picked him up, caught him with his finish, and moved F5. I was like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? I remember 2003 being like, ain't crazy. Got the game. You can't do that in the game. Jeff Hardy was not even in the game. You know what I mean? Because he ended up getting released. So you see what I'm saying? And the game didn't look like it looked in the trailer. You know what I mean? So like, where versus like a commercial like No Mercy, when that first had that, it was like, of course, it had real life footage of like The Rock talking and stuff, but then it cut to actual gameplay, like the Dudley Boys doing the 3D, the backstage fighting. I remember being like, "Yo, you can fight backstage. That's crazy," and you actually could in the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like sometimes, and like I've seen stuff like that in Call of Duty. I've seen stuff like that with a bunch of games. So I feel like that gameplay does matter because we got to kind of see what will be able to do. Because like now it got to a point, every time we see a trailer now, the first thing you go to the comments, I wonder what the gameplay is like, because this is all CGI. And it might not be. It might not be, but everybody just says, "Oh, this is CGI. That's not what it's going to look like." So it kind of downplays it.
Right. And to your point, though, they definitely shouldn't be using CGI to like throw us off and make some shit happen that's not gonna be. Maybe in that case though, they thought they was gonna have him and they let him. I don't know the situation.
Yeah,
they might have had to let him go and take him out at the last minute. So maybe that was the case, because I don't see a lot of games doing that. You feel me?
Absolutely. Just a balance of showing detail without giving away the whole plot, coupled with smooth editing and a soundtrack. The soundtrack aspect is good, and I know you touched upon it when you said music wave. That's a good part too. Like, get like a nice soundtrack to it. It just makes it go. You know what I mean? Like, for example, the GTA 6 trailer, I thought the song choice was perfect. You know what I mean? To capsulate that Miami Vice City style aesthetic. Like, I don't think that trailer works with like a Griselda type beat. You know what I mean? It doesn't work. Like, so like the music is definitely an important aspect. Gamer Live said gameplay alone makes us a good trailer because it gives us the sense of what we're looking forward to, not giving us these fake trailers and there's nothing what the game is. Basically, kind of touch upon what I said, man. Like, a lot of these trailers sometimes, Wave, you see it, be like, "Oh my god!" Like in the game, it's like, "Oh, LeBron James, he can do the chase down block, he can throw it off the backboard, windmill it," and then you get the game and it's a baseball game. Like, talking about what happened to LeBron, like all types of stuff. So. Like, he also said a trailer. He also said a trailer where The Rock isn't promoting a movie. Larry McAllister was good. He said,
"Yep."
I said a game that delivers on the trailer after release. I'm looking at you, No Man's Sky and Anthem. The Anthem trailer. That's a good one, Wave.
Yeah, Anthem trailer had me so hyped.
That's a good one.
Not just me and all my homies was hyped about the Anthem because we was, and in our head we was gonna be Iron Man flight, bro. That game has so much potential, man.
That's a hell of a point. The Anthem trailer. That's a good one. I remember that, yo. I remember that build up to Anthem. I asked you. I remember being like, "Yo, how's Anthem?" You just looked at me and was like, "Yo," like
I was disappointed, bro. I was so hyped for that game. See, but this is why I'm not allowing certain games that's coming out in the year 2025 to get me too hyped, because I've done it multiple times in the past.
Lived through it, right. That's fair. All right, wait. Let's get to this last one, man. Get to the last one. In the realm of racing games, which series do you believe has consistently delivered the most immersive and realistic experience? Forza, Motorsport, or Gran Turismo? These are the two games that go head to head for years now, right? And they just released both of them 2023. This is what I've always thought, to be honest, and it's kind of a cop-out answer, but it's literally how I feel, to be honest, Wave. I think Forza Motorsport always looked better, like visually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gran Turismo plays better. I've always thought if they can find it, it's never going to happen because it's PlayStation and Xbox, of course. If they find a way to combine them two damn games, you have a perfect motorsport style racing game, right? Now, I think where Forza, what they do, they kind of cheat the system, because then they put out Forza Horizon, which obviously open world, drive wherever you want, right? So
Yeah.
that game has a whole other feel to it. Gran Turismo, I think, always has played better. But I think Forza, what they did, they was like, okay, we're going to try to get the most realistic looks and the lighting and everything. Like, I think it just looks like Forza 7 just looks a lot better to me than Gran Turismo. But I played both of them, and Gran Turismo still is the funner game to actually play.
I think Gran Turismo is the most consistent as far as delivery go.
Right.
They've been doing it for a lot longer than Forza that I can remember. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I remember Gran Turismo coming out with real style simulation racing since I was a little kid, and they have always done it really well. They've always made you feel like you in those cars. Forza, they had a nice blueprint to kind of come out with because of Gran Turismo. So they talking about like consistently delivering the most realistic experience. I would have to say Gran Turismo, because of both as far as looks go is hard. They both got really great looking games.
Yeah.
But like as far as the feel go, Gran Turismo feel like you in one of those F1 Indy 500 real racing situations, and like it just make you feel like it's more immersive, I guess, in that sense.
That's a good point.
So I would have to go with Gran Turismo. I wouldn't say easily, but like longevity and all of that does matter.
I have a theory on this wave. I'm gonna get to the chat first, but I have a theory on like what happened with Forza specifically. Jess said Forza, she thinks. Zay said Gran Turismo by far. Live Look said Gran Turismo, that's easy. Forza got them on customization. That is true. Forza has been very good with that. Larry said, might be in a minority on this. The Moto GP games are always good. They are good. Like I said, all these games to me are good. But when we're talking about what's better, you know what I mean, or what's more realistic experience, that's when you gotta basically pick a side. They said
MotoGP.
They said Horizon is better than Motorsport. That is true, and that's my theory. Wave. I think Motorsport. I think it always was like that's what they started with, right? When they started making these games. But when Horizon dropped, specifically Horizon 3 and 4, 3 was like, okay, this is different. You know what I mean? This is cool.
Mm-hmm.
When they dropped Horizon 4 and they upscaled it on the current gen, I saw so many people jump into that game. Probably it helps that it was on Game Pass, but so many people was playing that game, driving all across Europe and stuff, and it was so cool. And when they dropped 5 down, which took place in Mexico, the game just looked beautiful. The scenery, the open world aspect, racing through like the desert and stuff is so cool that I feel like they're now starting to lean more towards that. And I feel like Motorsport has become the afterthought internally. You see what I'm saying? Whereas Gran Turismo, that they go all in on that game every time a new one is being made. Whereas Forza, they juggle back and forth. Let's put everything we can into Horizon. Oh yeah, Motorsport 8 will be out 2026, but 2025 though, you got the Horizon. You know what I mean? It's like the marketing feels different for Horizon than it does Motorsport.
I got a theory now because of that, what you said.
That
I feel like they put out Motorsport to kind of block Gran Turismo's bid at game of the year, and then they just put they all into Horizon because it's gonna be like, Gran Turismo got such a beautiful game, but Forza Motorsports kind of is on par with Horizon. And Gran Turismo don't got a Horizon.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So it's like Horizon, that you could do this, you could do so much more. You ain't on a track racing in circles.
Right.
With all of this extra stuff, you driving up mountains and cliffs, and you in this area. It just, I guess it just give them an open lane to conquer that, the genre of racing, because they, if that makes sense, that's kind of like where my head is at.
No, it does make sense. And speaking to what Zay is saying, is that Forza tracks aren't the same as Gran Turismo. Yeah, basically, it kind of falls down to things like the PGA game. You got the EA Sports golf game. You got the 2K golf game. They can't use the same courses. You know what I mean? So they kind of play with that too, with licensing and exclusive stuff. He says it feels half-assed. It does. Motorsport, I'm telling you, they're never going to admit it because why would they, right? But it's not their focus no more. I put money on it. It's not their focus no more. Horizon is doing too well. You know what I mean? Every time they put that out. Said 3 and 4 is classics. They are. Go ahead, Wave.
I just said it ain't no competition.
Right.
In that field.
And basically what you said, they say he thinks if Gran Turismo is going to do an open world game, Horizon will die fast. I actually think it's going to take a little while because they have to find a way to play into that space now. You know what I mean? Right. Forza had it easy because at that time, Midnight Club was already gone. A lot of these games were gone in terms of the open world racing. It was already gone, and it didn't make that leap until now last gen. So I feel like now they kind of found a way to circle back around, and now we get to see these racing games. With racing games, every time is some of the best looking games in terms of graphics. You know what I mean? It always is. The games look super smooth. They play smooth. They look so close to real life that they do a good job with them. I just think Horizon right now, that style of game is more in, if that makes sense.
Right.
Said I'm waiting for test drive. I forgot about test drive. I literally forgot about test drive.
I know nothing about it.
I do agree though. He said that will give Horizon a run for its money. I think Horizon 6 probably will be out. I say probably, I don't know about next year. That's too close. Probably 2026, 2027, most likely.
Depends on the reception for that test drive, though, because how many people really know about test drive coming out? Yeah,
that's the thing. Horizon, like Forza, their marketing is so good. You know what I mean? It's so good, and it helps that it's partially under the Xbox umbrella. Because from what I read, Forza 6 might take place in the United States, which obviously brings a whole, and Xbox does, an American company. So like that's a whole separate, you know what I mean?
Right.
Whole nother layer. But yeah, man, that's what we got for the Spinwheel episode. The Hangout. Appreciate y'all chilling with us. Zay, Larry, Game with Live Look, who talk shit about Battlefield all the time. Mo, Jess, Bobby Drake, Intentional Incident, which I name is Still Fire.
Yeah, the fire.
Definitely appreciate y'all as always, man. Wave, take it away, bro.
Yo, I got Bean Pasta and now I'm playing. Y'all have a good week, man. We see y'all on Tuesday at 9:05. We appreciate all the support, whether you lurked, liked, or just said what's up.
Facts. Peace. We out. Peace, y'all. Take care.